Forget everything you think you know about Eng and Chong. These conjoined twins from Siam, modern-day Thailand, were more than medical marvels. They were sassy, savvy, and unstoppable, even in the face of endless exploitation and drama. Born in 1811, Eng and Chong were connected by a band of cartilage below the chest, sharing a liver but living separate lives. Well, mostly. At birth, they were awkwardly facing each other. Imagine trying to hold a staring contest forever. But their mother massaged and stretched the connecting tissue until they could stand side by side. Fun fact, Chong was an inch shorter than Eng, so he had to rock a platform shoe later when they arrived in the US. Their names? Not actually Chong and Eng as you know them. They were pronounced In and Jean, possibly inspired by the Diospyros decandra tree, a local tree known in Thai as the Injan tree, whose twin fruits grew closely together but were slightly different in size, a fitting metaphor for their lives. At 17, the twins caught the eye of a Scottish merchant named Robert Hunter, spotted them swimming in their village and saw $. He promised their mother fame, fortune, and a bright future abroad. Initially hesitant, Mama twins only agreed after Siamese government officials stepped in. But Hunter, always the drama queen, claimed the king of Siam wanted the twins executed and reluctantly let them leave. Spoiler, this was 100% fake news. The twins were already celebrated in their homeland. The king not only welcomed the twins to the palace, but also saw them as a source of national pride. Hunter and Captain Abel Coffin whisked the twins off to America in 1829. A grueling 138-day sea voyage later, the boys found themselves thrust into the freak show circuit, a hit in America but not exactly glamorous. They were billed as exotic wonders, but behind the scenes, they lived in servant quarters and were paid peanuts. They even traveled to England, impressing audiences with their charm and wit. At one show in London, exiled French King Charles X was impressed and gave them gold, and they wittily remarked, "Well, he doesn't have a crown to give." Mic drop. But when they tried to enter France, officials banned them, claiming their appearance might frighten pregnant women. Imagine being branded as walking horror shows. Talk about adding insult to injury. 3 years into their supposed 3-year contract, Eng and Chong realized they were being scammed. The 5-year clause? A surprise to them. So they did what any savvy duo would do. They ditched their handlers and went solo. As independent entertainers, they leaned into their wit and charm. Eventually, they ditched their traditional braids, a nod to their half-Chinese heritage, and fully embraced Western styles. But their journey was far from smooth. Harassment over their physical condition was relentless. At one show in Alabama, a surgeon demanded to inspect their connecting band. When they refused, chaos erupted, objects were thrown, and they had to pay a good behavior bond to a magistrate. Classy move, Alabama. In 1843, the twins married sisters Adelaide and Sarah Yates. Yes, 2 sisters. Here's where things got tricky. Living with your spouse is already complicated, but try doing it with your twin literally attached to you. To make matters worse, their personalities clashed. Chong enjoyed drinking, while Ong was more reserved. Private time? Forget about it. So they came up with a system. A 3-day rotation, 3 days at Chang's house, then 3 days at Eng's. Was it perfect? Not even close. Arguments and jealousy were as common as family dinners. But hey, somehow it worked. Between them, they had 21 children. Living in the American South, the twins became plantation owners with 30 slaves. They supported the Confederacy, and their sons fought for it during the Civil War. But here's where things take a metaphorical twist. Throughout the war, the twins' conjoined state became a political symbol. Satirical cartoons mocked the fractured Democratic Party by likening the twins to rival factions, one brother representing those defending slavery and the other those wanting it federally limited. One particularly biting cartoon dubbed them the political Siamese twins in protest of a split Democratic ticket. Imagine your anatomy being used as a metaphor for America's messiest breakup. For the record, the twins were staunch Whigs and had zero patience for Democratic drama. A neighbor even wrote, "They are not now and never have been Democrats, and they say they never expect to be Democrats." Yet, in the ultimate irony, Their very existence became a symbol of a divided nation. Post-war financial struggles forced the twins, now in their 50s, back on stage. Touring Europe under the banner, the last appearance of the Siamese twins. They even met Queen Victoria, who gifted them pocket watches. Despite their success, the twins explored separation surgery. German doctors, however, deemed it too risky due to their shared liver. It could only be attempted after one had passed, with immediate surgery needed to save the other. Chang suffered a stroke in his later years, paralyzing his right side and making life increasingly difficult for the duo. In 1874, Chang passed away in his sleep, leaving Eng to wake up beside his deceased brother. A nightmare scenario. Tragically, while medical advice was clear that immediate surgery was essential to save the surviving twin, the doctors arrived too late. Eng died just hours later. In death, they became as famous as in life, with doctors clamoring to study their conjoined bodies. Their autopsy confirmed a shared liver, proving that separation during their lifetimes would have been impossible. Eng and Chang weren't just sideshow acts. They were trailblazers who navigated a world eager to reduce them to oddities. From a small Thai village to meeting royalty and taking control of their careers, they lived with grit, wit, and determination. Their story? A mix of triumph, tragedy, and more drama than a Netflix series.